It's not that simple, is it?
No. Do I actually need a...
So Lisa, Michael just said if you're watching it on the screen, if you could just mute.
So, okay, so we'll just now stand
otherwise
on
it takes a
the
20 second
phone.
delay
Quite a
on the
lengthy
screen, so you'll
process,
see it, you'll
and,
hear it through me.
You've got a little bit of patience, your family all
Yeah.
got away, and
That's right.
everybody anxiously sitting and waiting.
Yeah, and it was such a shame that, you know, what happened with him, because it was such a good
Okay, no, look, that's good. Hello, Brad, how are you? Look, we haven't met, but I'm sure, let's see if we can get this across the line for you, and have you come away with a favourable result, and put an end to all those weekends of open houses.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
So just trying to carry that.
Okay, well, we're all
Yeah.
So good luck, hope all goes well for you. Hope you get a favourable
reserve has
result.
been set, auctioneer has the reserve.
Oh,
It's our
if you
job
could
to
see
see
me,
people
shake my
get over and above that reserve.
That's right. Well, at least it's transparent and you can see everything.
So everything is
the
totally
power
transparent,
tuning
or as much as
at
it
the
can be,
end, but the
within the
thing
room,
through
in these sort of
everything
closed
else.
environments.
For a while.
Okay,
We
so
hit the
if there's
3
time
months.
lapses or lags, don't feel that you've been forgotten or left out. It's just a timing process as things go by. Have you linked up, you've gone on to
And
the
Lisa, we're number
the
2.
screen, so
So,
you
when you hear a brief issues from number 2, you know that's us.
All over the records, other stuff.
Other stuff, yeah, the financial
And you'll
situation.
see the
Of
option.
the property, yeah. So as I say, once you get underway, that will change.
I know,
a little
but
bit. But
first time buyers,
I think we just use the
don't
phone
want to do it.
in terms of the bidding.
They want to buy a
And then it's processing.
Yeah, I do.
So have that on, maybe just turn it on, as I said, turn it to mute. So then it's just as a contract. From what I understand, there's a level of
Yeah, just the,
other
just
interest.
the areas we've done.
So,
Yeah.
hopefully, we've got you in the
Just keep
strong
touching the,
position. You might
that
be
one there,
able to
Julie.
make an opening bid, or would you like to wait and see what else it will be?
No, it should the screen save because it's...
Oh, we don't really see them. No way.
And that's the way? Okay, oh, well, the auctioneer will put
Yeah,
that
not
out,
really,
he'll
yeah,
look for opening
they
bids,
just
at
sort of
which point in
pick, so
time
we know lots
you
of
can
them.
nominate your
When
figure,
we first moved
and
out,
hopefully
yeah.
it's a good, strong bid,
We
and
used to
we can
have
send the
like,
rest of them home.
get together dinners and all sorts of stuff, but then the neighbours sort of
Okay,
changed.
well, we'll just stand by, thank you.
Right at the very end of Glenelly Road, just before Meadow Road. Oh, yeah, just up from there on down. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Michael here again, so we're all good now.
Locked it because we, like, we were for a while.
Yep, so we're just about not far away from starting, so he'll read out announcements, I'll put it out so you can hear, and then we'll go through that, and then I'll put that on the speaker so you'll be able to hear that a little bit better. And then when I pick it back, I'll just take okay, we're ready to go, and we can, I can start listening to you, and I'll let you know exactly if you have any questions all the way through. We can go through that. So good luck with everything.
That's about where we are, so I can't tell you too much more, so
Okay.
we just wait for the
Yep.
process now to roll through.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, it's all right. Just the inquiries we
Okay, so you happy for me to go up to that level for you, on your behalf? Or do you want, yeah, okay, that's good, so you just listen, and I'll, auctioneer will call out that number,
Yeah.
and we can, we from there. Your number 7,
You know,
yes.
because we don't know if it's gonna be
Okay,
continued.
so
Yeah, I know
we
you
all
don't.
go
I'll
in
see
a
you.
couple of minutes. So,
So,
So what's the nice weather up there for you?
you know, if we've got a teacher tomorrow.
Oh, I was going to say, well, I've got auntie and uncle that live in Kirikiri, and it's a lovely place in the country, and I thought, well, you want to come down here? But that's,
You're in Timaru. And so you,
oh, great.
getting much stopping? Because you're at Toyota.
No, it's a good place, it's a bloody, it's a really nice place to live. And it's the location is so handy, definitely, 2 hours.
And then down
Okay, so you're
And
on
you
the
like jump to the electric cars or are they still pretty?
Unless you want to
So,
hear
yeah, no,
all the
definitely,
options.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You've had
Oh, exactly,
the
yeah.
conditions, which you would have read through yourself.
Yeah.
So we're not too far
So
away.
basically, that's what he reads.
And what about your
through.
farms?
We've all got masks on as well.
We can put you-
Okay. Good as gold. Well, good luck anyway.
Run through that, or
Thank you.
essentially-
Right, get underway.
Right, Chris is now walking up to the
He's just
podium.
coming up, ready to open the announcement, and we'll be ready to go. So I'll just put you on the speaker so you can hear it probably a little bit better. That's what it is.
So, yeah, well, I'll
Maybe just because I'm in the room with the agent, but,
Right, good afternoon and welcome to another Property Brokers auction event, albeit slightly differently today because of the level 3 restrictions, but absolutely wonderful to have so many of you joining us today over the phone and on our online auction portal, Auctions Live. My name is Chris Moore. I will be your auctioneer today. Before we get underway, just want to start with a few thank yous. Really would like to thank our vendors, Richard and Carly. As I'm sure you can all appreciate out there, taking a property to auction is a big undertaking. Auction day itself is an incredibly nerve-wracking day. But Richard and Carly, we really want to thank you. The property has been absolutely immaculately presented the whole way through the campaign. You guys have been absolutely fantastic to work with. And we want to wish you all the very best for today's auction and wish you well. So Richard and Carly, thank you very, very much for the opportunity. To our listing agents, Michael and Maria, thank you very much for all of your hard work. Appreciate all the work you've done. I know this is a campaign that has had a little bit of change thrown into it with a COVID alert level 4 in the middle of it, a move down to alert level 3, a little bit of a moving target in regard to an auction date, but you guys have done an absolutely fantastic job of working with all your buyers, keeping people engaged in the process. I know you guys have said to me how much you've enjoyed working with Richard and Carly, likewise how much you've enjoyed working with all the buyers of the property. So Michael and Maria, thank you very much for all your hard work, and like our vendors, wish you all the very best. To all of our registered bidders out there, good luck. Like I mentioned with the vendors, I know that purchasing a property at auction is an incredibly nerve-wracking experience. If there is any advice I can give you right now, it is bid with confidence. It is absolutely no secret that the property market is heading in one direction. If this coming out of this level 4 is any indication of like what it was last time, we're about to get into even a more chaotic time when it comes to the property market. So if you are in a position to act now, I would strongly recommend that today you make the most of that opportunity. The other thing I would say is we do have strong conditional interest in the property. So if you've got yourself in a position where you are cash unconditional, you are able to bid at auction, please don't squander that opportunity. If the property doesn't sell under the hammer today, we do have a lot of people who are sitting back waiting, who are in a conditional position. Make the most of the fact you're an unconditional buyer and play your strongest hand today. So good luck to all of you purchasers out there, registered bidders, who are going to attempt to buy this property here today. Before we get underway, I do want to run through the conduct and the conditions of today's auction. I appreciate for some of you may be very experienced at auction. For others, this may be your first time trying to purchase a property at auction. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through the key points from the conduct and conditions just to make sure that we're all on the same page before we get underway. All of the conditions are obviously on screen, on display, and all registered parties have been provided with all the relevant paperwork. But just to run you through the key points of the conduct, first of all, today's auction is subject to a reserve price. I have met with the vendors. We have set that reserve. That reserve will remain confidential between myself and the vendors, regardless of the outcome of today's auction. Subject to that reserve price being reached or breached, the highest bidder after that level will be the proud owner of this fantastic property. On the subject of reserves, just for those of you who are new to auction, there's just one point I like to cover. If we don't reach reserve today in the auction, what we will be doing is we will be pausing the auction and I'll be entering into negotiation with the group who hold the highest bid. Okay, so we'll pause the auction, we'll get the vendors in a room, we've got all the registered bidders on a phone, we'll enter into negotiation, see if we can get a deal together. If we can reach an agreement, we'll come back here, we'll reopen the bidding, and if there's no further bids, the property will be sold. I share that with you because if you are keen to purchase this property and you want the exclusive right to negotiate with the vendors, then it is in your best interests to hold the leading bid. Okay, so just keep that in mind as we work our way through the process. As the auctioneer, I nominate the sum by which the bidding can be raised. I also retain the right to refuse any bid. I also, as the auctioneer, do have the right to bid on behalf of the vendor. If I do that, I will only do that below that reserve price we mentioned. And if I am bidding on behalf of the vendor, I will make it very clear to you that that's what we're doing. I will use terminology such as the bid's with me, I hold the bid, bidding on behalf of the vendor, okay? And that's the story with that one. The vendor may withdraw the property from auction at any stage. If they do withdraw the property from auction, they're under no obligation to disclose that reserve price at any stage. If a dispute arises, very simple, we do have someone recording the bids today. We simply refer back to the last undisputed bid, reopen the bidding, and we set off again from there. So all very straightforward, all very simple. To conclude the transaction today, upon that reserve price being reached or breached, upon the hammer coming down, upon the successful party doing their high fives, doing their handstands, all of course from the comfort of their own living room and their own socially distanced environment. We just need the paperwork signed. We need to organise to pay the 10% deposit into the property broker's trust account. We've got a beautiful bottle of champagne that will get to you through obviously contactless delivery, and you will walk away today the proud owner of this absolutely fantastic property. So all very straightforward, all very simple. The property itself, I understand all interested parties have been provided with a copy of the particulars and conditions. We are selling today as per those particulars and conditions. Just a couple of key points that I would like to point out to you here. The settlement date is set down for Thursday, the 21st of October 2021, unless some other arrangement has been entered into by the way of side agreement. On that note, all side agreements that have been submitted have been signed by the vendors, so you can take confidence that you're bidding on those terms and conditions. The interest rate for late settlement, regardless of when the side agreement is agreed on, is 15%, so obviously don't recommend that. Chattels are as per the list. Just one point on the chattels. There are an excluded list of chattels, but we just want to make it very clear the only set of curtains that are excluded are the curtains in the far left bedroom, the blackout curtains in young Emmy's room. The rest of the curtains in the home will remain at the property. So just making sure everyone is incredibly clear in that regard. The only other point we do want to make out again, and I understand that all parties have been made aware of this disclosure document, the vendors did put forward a consent for a bathroom extension on the property. That has been granted by the Timaru District Council, and that work will be completed by the vendors prior to settlement, so you can all bid with total confidence that that work will be done. The property itself is set on a freehold title of 1.5 hectares, with the legal description being Lot 20, deposited plan 3306, with the record of title being CB 20F-182. And what an absolutely awesome property this is. There's an old adage in real estate that location, location, location. And time again, this has proven to be the most important adage in real estate. And ladies and gentlemen, you would not find a better located lifestyle block no matter where you look. Just right on the outskirts of town. What you get here at 146 Beaconsfield is the opportunity to enjoy all of that space and the enjoyment of country living with the conveniences of having Timaru literally right on your doorstep. So often people say we love the lifestyle living, but the commute, the time, the driving in the car is just what drives us crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, you have found the answer to your dreams right here. 146 Beaconsfield provides that fantastic location without all of the hassles of other lifestyle. 5 acres, a lot of people, a lot of lifestyle blocks are 10 acres, 5 acres, so easy care. Beautifully set up, paddocks there for grazing, whether it's a chicken, whether it's some sheep, whether it's a pony, no matter what it is, it's beautifully set up, and Beaconsfield provides you with that absolutely fantastic lifestyle. The home itself is absolutely perfect for the setting. A beautiful country style home. You've got that wood throughout. You've got those wood shutters. You've got the 2 living areas, the modern renovations throughout, 3 good sized bedrooms, modern bathroom. The list just goes on and on. Sitting out there on that deck, looking at that view over towards Timaru, day or night, enjoying that view. Absolutely fantastic opportunity. Pretty easy to put a price on the property, very difficult to put a price on that view and on that setting. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I could talk for hours about how wonderful 146 Beaconsfield Road is. I really could, but I know you haven't come here to listen to me. I know you haven't come here to hear me tell your story about how wonderful this property is. I know you've come here to try and buy the property. So what I'm going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand it over to you. I'm going to call for an opening bidder offer.
780.
780 opening bidder offer. I'll take the 780 there, bidder number 3. $780,000, got a bit of a 780,000. Who wants to be 800? 800 there with bidder number 7. $800,000. I take a $20,000 rise from there to be 820. $800,000. I got a bit of a
810.
810. I'll take the 810, bidder number 3. $810,000. Got a bit of an 810,000. 820 there, bidder number 2. $820,000. Got a bit of an 820,000, bidder number 2 there. 800, will you be 830? 830 there, bidder number 7.
So we've got
$830,000, got a bit of an 830,000, bidder number 7 at 830,000. $830,000, got a bit of an 830,000, bidder number 7 at 830,000. Who wants to be 840? I'm not quite yet, Chris, maybe later on. 830,000 there, who wants to be 840? $830,000, got a bit of an 830,000. Who wants to be 840? 840 there, bidder number 3. $840,000, got a bit of an 850 there with Michael, bidder number 7. $850,000, got a bit of an 850,000, bidder number 7 there at 850. Ladies and gentlemen, it's great value at this. Beautiful, beautiful property, great buying at 850,000. 850,000, who wants to be 860? It's a 2-horse race at this stage. $850,000, got a bit of an 850,000, who wants to be 860? 850,000, 860 there, bidder number 2. 860, bidder number 2. $860,000, got a bit of an 860, who wants to be 870? 860,000, bidder number 2, holding the bid at 860,000. $860,000, got a bit of an 860,000, who wants to be 870? 860,000, bidder number 2 there, who wants to be 870? Still great value here. $860,000, a bit of an 860,000. We're going once at 860,000. Bidder number 5, new blood, good move. 870. 870, bidder number 5. 870, bidder number 5. Who wants to be 880? $870,000, got a bit of an 880 there. 880 there, bidder number 2. $880,000, got a bit of an 880,000 there. Number 2 holds the bid. $880,000, got a bit of an 880,000. Who wants 890 there? 885, we'll take you 885. 885 there, same opportunity for everyone else. $5,000 rise from here. $885,000, who wants to be 890? $885,000 here, the bid with Maria at $885,000. 885,000, we're going once at 885,000. We're going twice.
Okay, well, we'll keep you.
Don't miss out. It's a beautiful, beautiful property. Don't miss the opportunity.
We're still bidding.
885,000. Are you sure you won't? You go 890. Final opportunity. Hammers in the hand. 885,000. The bid there with Maria. Who wants to be 890? Once
Are you there?
at 885,000.
Another bid?
We're going twice at 885,000. You sure you won't? Final opportunity.
No, we're out.
I tell you what, we're just going to pause there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a bit of a chat.
Two parties.
Hey, no worries.
Anyway, thank you very, very much. We're going to have
Sorry,
a
I
good
just didn't
discussion.
know. I get the feedback.
So they'll look at your last 4 bids,
more 10 in the bin.
and we'll see how we get on.
Alrighty.
All right, mate.
Thank you very much for your patience. As I'm sure you can appreciate, these are very, very big decisions for everyone. I'm just getting a signal there. I'll just pause for a minute.
Yeah.
Right. This time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, thank you very much for your patience. Really appreciate the fact that you've been waiting patiently for this. I'm sure you appreciate that these are big decisions for both our vendors and our purchasers. What I'm pleased to be able to tell you, we left the room, we paused the bidding at 885,000. The leading bidder has raised their bid to 905,000, and the property is on the market at this point. So we are on the market at 905,000. The property will be sold today. I will give you an opportunity of a further $5,000 rise if you want. So I'll take an offer of 910,000. The bid there at 905,000. The property's on the market. 905,000. Have I got any advances on 905,000? Who wants to be 910? 905,000. I'll give you a smaller rise than that if you want it. $905,000. The property's on the market. We're not going to muck around here. 905,000. We're on the market. We're going once at 905,000. We're going twice at 905,000.
Nothing.
Final opportunity.
No.
You sure you won't?
Righto, well done.
We are going. We are sold for 905,000. Congratulations. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to our vendors. Congratulations to our purchasers. And thank you all very much for joining us at another Property Brokers Auction. Thank you.